Hi everyone, good morning to all. Welcome to the new session of our e-learning class. I am Rasmi Ranjan Mishra, lecturer of UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology. Today I am going to represent in front of you relating to cost and management accounting. So on today's discussion I will be discussed relating to a chapter that is overhead. So what is overhead? What are the different types of or classification of overhead? Then what is allocation and apportionment of overhead? We will discuss in our today's class. So please watch my video. If you are having any doubt, you can give your comments in the comment section. So what is the meaning of overhead? Overhead is the aggregate of indirect material, indirect labor and indirect expenses. These are those costs which cannot be allocated accurately but can be apportioned and absorbed to the cost center or cost unit. Overhead costs are also known as supplementary cost, non-productivity cost or indirect cost, etc. So simply we can say that overhead means the aggregate of all indirect cost. That means indirect material, indirect labor and indirect expenses. The term indirect means which cannot be directly allocated but which can be apportioned to or absorbed by different cost center or cost unit. So the sum total of all indirect cost, that is indirect material cost, indirect labor cost and indirect expenses cost, gives the result of overhead. The overhead is also otherwise known as non-productivity cost or supplement cost or indirect cost. There is one definition. That definition is given by Blocker and Wellmer. Overhead costs are the operating cost of a business enterprise which cannot be traced directly to a particular unit of output. So when one particular unit of output directly cannot be traced, in that case that particular unit of output, the cost incurred for operating that is called as overhead cost. So this is the broad classification of overhead. The classification of overhead is on three parts. One is on the basis of a function, second one is on the basis of elements, the third one is on the basis of behavior. So we will discuss one by one based on these three. The first one is on the basis of function. There may be different types of overhead. One is factory overhead, second one is administration overhead, the third one is selling and distribution overhead. So we will discuss one by one. What is factory overhead? It includes all the indirect costs incurred in a factory in respect of a manufacturing operation. It includes the cost of indirect material and indirect labor. So as overhead includes all indirect costs, so different classification of overhead or types of overhead is also coming under indirect cost. So factory overhead means the cost or the indirect cost incurred in the factory in respect of a manufacturing the operational activities. That is known as factory overhead. That means the all type of expenses which is incurred in the factory for manufacturing activities, that is known as factory lighting, factory manager salary, factory rent, lubricants, oil, cotton, whatever may be. So the type of expenses which is incurred in the factory for manufacturing activities, that is called as factory overhead. The second one is office and administrative overhead. It refers to the general expenses and expenses of administration and control of a business. It includes all the indirect costs relating to direction, guidance, management, control and administration of a business concern. So office and administrative overhead basically related to all type of indirect expenses for guiding the office activities or conducting the office and administrative activities. So for direction, guidance, management, control and administration purpose, whatever the indirect cost is incurred, that is called as a office overhead or administrative overhead. That means office manager salary, office rent, office lighting, then telephone bill or office manager salary or printing and stationery. So these are the some of the expenses that is incurred for a office purpose or for administrative purpose. So that is called as a office or administrative expenses. Then the next one is selling and distribution expenses. This includes all indirect costs which are incurred for promoting the sales, retaining the customer, providing after sale service to the consumers. So selling and distribution overhead is also one type of indirect cost the cost incurred for promoting the sales, that means advertising or sales promotion activities that is made for promoting the sales of the organization, that is coming under selling overhead. Then retaining the customer, we wants to retain our customer as well as attract to the new customer. So what are the expenses incurred for promoting that to retain as well as attract the new customer, that is also coming under selling and distribution overhead. Then providing after sale service to the consumers, that is also coming under selling and distribution overhead. So the next one is on the basis of a element, what are the different classification? One is your indirect material, second one is your indirect labor, then the third one is your indirect expenses. So what is indirect material cost? The cost which is not directly attributable to finished product. These costs are not absorbed or apportioned by cost center or cost unit directly. So indirect material means the material which is not direct material, that means which is indirect, that means which cannot be allocated or which cannot be apportioned or absorbed by the cost center or cost unit directly, that is called as your indirect material cost. The second one is indirect labor cost. It refers to that part of labor cost which is not directly attributable to cost center or cost unit, and these are not apportioned to or absorbed by cost center or cost unit. So maybe it is material or labor or expenses. When it is indirect, that means that cannot be directly allocated but that can be apportioned to or absorbed by different cost center or cost unit. Then the next one is indirect expenses. Expenses which cannot be allocated to the cost center or cost unit but can be apportioned by them are known as indirect expenses or overhead. So indirect expenses, that is also one type of overhead expenses. So as it is indirect, that means that cannot be directly allocated but that can be apportioned or absorbed by different cost center or cost unit. Then the third category on the basis of a behavior, one is your semi-variable overhead, second one is your fixed overhead, then third one is your variable overhead. So we will discuss one by one. So the first one is fixed overhead. Fixed, that means the example or the diagram shows the cost incurred, that is in a straight line. That means at every unit of output the cost incurred is same. If you will produce 1 unit of output, the cost is 20. If you will produce 2 units of output, also cost is 20. If you will also produce 5 units of output, the cost is also 20. So when each unit of output the cost incurred is same, that means that is a case of a fixed cost or that is fixed overhead. So fixed cost is a cost which is incurred for a particular period of time and which within certain activity level is unaffected by change in level of activity. So when the output level increases or decreases, the cost remains same. So within certain level of activity the cost remain unchanged, that means that is unaffected by change in the volume of output. So this cost mainly depends upon the effluxion of time and do not vary directly with the change in volume of output or sales, as this cost remains same. So that mainly depends upon the effluxion of time and that do not vary directly when there is a change in output or volume of sales. At every unit of output the cost remains same. That's why it is called as a fixed overhead. Then the second one is variable overhead. A variable overhead cost is a cost which tends to vary with level of activity. So that means when there is increase in output the cost also increases and vice versa. That means when there is a decrease in output the cost also decreases. So with the change in the level of activity or output the cost also changes. That's why it is called as a variable cost. So these costs tend to increase or decrease with rise and fall in production or sales. These costs vary in total but the unit cost or per unit cost remain same. Example, cost of raw material used in producing finished product. So one basic difference between fixed cost and variable cost, as fixed cost throughout the output the cost remains same. That means the total cost remain unaffected but the per unit affected or changes. But in case of a variable the total cost vary but the per unit remain same. This is the basic difference. In fixed total remains same but in variable the total vary. In case of a fixed per unit vary but in case of a variable per unit remain same. Then the third one is semi-variable overhead. This is the cost that contains both fixed and a variable cost. So semi-variable means partly fixed, partly variable. So as it contains both fixed cost as well as variable cost, that is called as a semi-variable overhead. The part of semi-variable cost remain constant in spite of change in volume of output of or sales. That means those parts remain same or constant or fixed, that remain unaffected irrespective of change in volume of output or sales, while the other part vary in proportion to change in volume of output or sales. That means those vary that can change with increase or decrease in output, but those fixed that remain same whether there is a case of increase in output or decrease in output. So this is one example of the diagram. This shows the total variable cost. This is the case of horizontal line, this is the production line, and this diagram or the line that shows the variable cost. That means the partly fixed and a partly vary with change in or increase in output, the cost increases, and as well as there is some part which is remain fixed with irrespective of a change in output. There are some examples in case of a semi-variable overhead, that is a case of a telephone bill. That means the rental charge of telephone bill remains same, but whatever may be the unit consumed during a particular period, based upon that unit consumed, the cost also increases or decreases. Or another example, that is electricity bill. The meter charges remain same, but the unit consumed by the consumer may vary, as well as the cost also increase or decrease. So that is known as a semi-variable overhead. So these are the some of the basic classification of overhead based upon different behavioral category. Then next part we are going to discuss relating to allocation and apportionment of expenses, which is called as a departmentalization. So what is that allocation and apportionment? For ease of management and administration, an organization will be divided into different units or divisions, which is known as departments. So there are three types of department. One is production department, which is basically engaged for conversion of raw material into finished product. Another one is service department. This department is not engaged for producing the output, but basically this department is providing service. That means auxiliary department, not directly engaged in production, but helps production department by rendering different types of services. That is office personnel department. Example, some of the examples, which is called as a service department. Then the third one is partly producing department. That is another category of a department which is basically partly engaged for producing and partly for providing service. So what do you mean by allocation and what is meant by apportionment, which is coming under departmentalization, that we will discuss, which is very important in case of a overhead chapter. The process of identification of overhead with a cost center, that is called as allocation. That means an expenses which is directly identifiable with a specific cost center is allocated to that cost center. So allocation means directly charged. That means the cost incurred in a specific cost center is directly charged to particularly that cost center is known as allocation. That means it is the allotment of whole item of a cost to cost center or cost unit. In simply we can say that allocation means allotment of whole item of a cost to different cost center or cost unit, or charging the expenses which can be identified wholly with a particular department. That means what the expenses incurred, we have to identify that expenses and charge that amount of expenses identified wholly with a particular department. So one example is there, overtime wages paid to workers in the production department can be fully allocated to the production department. So the workers, those are engaged for producing output beyond their normal working hour, that is called as overtime workers or overtime wages paid to them workers. So when overtime is made, that overtime wages paid to the workers, those are engaged in production department, the cost incurred for that workers is directly or fully allocated to production department, that is known as allocation. Another example, repair charges for a particular machine or machinery that is used in a particular department is also charged to that machine. So when any type of a repair or maintenance expenses incurred for a particular machine, we must have to be charged that amount of a repair and maintenance cost relating to that machine for particular that department. Then the next part, that is apportionment. Certain costs or expenses are commonly incurred to different departments, and that why that cannot be identified with a particular cost center or department. What we have discussed in our previous slide, that means the cost incurred to a particular department is identified and charged to that particular department, that is known as allocation. But in case of apportionment, there are some type of expenses incurred in a different department, so that expenses cannot be identified with a particular cost center, and accordingly that will be distributed on some basis, that is known as apportionment. That means the cost which cannot be identified with a particular cost center or department, that need to be divided or apportioned. So those costs that cannot be identified or that cannot be directly attributed to a particular cost center or to a department, so that needs to be divided or that needs to be apportioned among the beneficiary department equitably, and that is known as apportionment. Apportionment means the allotment of expenses which cannot be identified only with a particular department. So when a particular cost or the amount of expenses is not identified to a particular department, then in that case the allotment is made on some equitable basis, that is known as apportionment of overhead. As the allotment to two or more cost center of a proportion of a common items of a cost on the estimated basis of a benefit received. So there are some example: rent, rates, taxes, works manager salary, etc. So these are the some of the expenses where we cannot directly identify to the particular worker or to the particular department. We have to divide it to different on a some equitable basis. That means suppose there is a salary paid to different work managers, and there are different work managers, and the salary will be divided on all the work managers on some equitable basis, and that is called as a apportionment of overheads. So what is the basic difference between allocation and apportionment? Allocation means allotment of a whole item of a cost to cost center or a cost unit. That means directly charge the total amount or the whole amount to different cost center or cost unit. But in case of apportionment, there is not whole item of cost to particular department. Instead of that, allotment of proportion of items to cost center or cost unit. Here, in case of apportionment, we charge the whole item of expenses on some proportionate basis. In case of allocation, that deals with the whole item of cost, but in case of apportionment, that deals with only proportion of item of cost. Then next difference, in case of allocation, cost is directly allocated to cost center or cost unit, but in case of apportionment, that is not directly allocated, but that is divided or apportioned on to different department on suitable basis. Then the next point of difference, in case of allocation, allocated when the cost center uses whole of the benefits of that expenses, but in case of apportionment, apportioned when cost center uses only a proportion of a benefit of the whole expenses. That means allocation means the total benefit is obtained by a particular cost center, but here apportionment, the whole benefit is not obtained by particular cost center, rather a proportion of the basis of the total expenses is enjoyed or that is obtained. Then the next point of difference, in case of allocation, there is no basis required, but in case of apportionment, that needs a suitable basis. So as allocation means directly charge, we cannot make any type of a base for charging the whole item of expenses, but in case of apportionment, as that is a case of a proportion or distribution, so that needs suitable basis for charging the expenses to different department. What are the base of apportionment? That means allotment of a whole item of a cost or allotment of a proportion of a cost. Hence, apportionment needs a proper basis or equitable basis of allotting the overhead expenses to different department, maybe or service department or to production department. Allotment and apportionment of overhead expenses to different department is made by way of primary distribution. So the basis of apportionment, one is direct allocation. There are certain expenses which is directly allocated to the particular department. So that is maybe overtime wages paid to a worker relating particular department, or repair charges incurred for particular machine charged to that department. Then the second one is direct labor basis or machine hour basis. That means in that case, apportion the basis on some ratio or machine hour basis. Majority of general overhead items are charged on direct labor hour or machine hour. Then the third category, value of material used. That means material handling expenses, that is charged on basis of a volume or of the value of material used. The fourth base, that is direct wages. Overhead which are incurred on direct labor cost is charged on direct wages. Then number of workers. Overhead varies on the basis of a number of expenses or workers. There may be certain expenses, that is canteen expenses, medical expenses, timekeeping expenses, supervision. So these are the some of the type of expenses where that should be charged on the basis of a workers worked relating to that department. Then floor area. This base is adopted for a rent, rates, taxes, maintenance of a building, etc. So these are the some category. Then the next one is capital values. This base should be adopted in case of a repair, maintenance, insurance, tax, etc. Then other charges of a base of expenses, that is lighting points. That means this base is adopted in case of a lighting. Then kilowatt hours. This is charged on machine worked or the power consumed. Then technical estimates. If there is no such type of expenses is to be distributed or apportioned, in that case that will be made on technical estimation. So these are the some of the base of apportionment of overhead relating to primary distribution. So this is our today's discussion relating to overhead, the meaning, classification and allocation and apportionment of overhead and basis of apportionment relating to primary distribution. In our next class, we will work out different problem relating to secondary distribution and also discuss what is secondary distribution. So thank you